What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Inside Post. This week we have the Breeders' Cup, and this episode we're going to dive into the Future Stars Friday card at Del Mar for this juvenile stakes races for the Breeders' Cup. We're going to give you our best bets, next up contender, and a long shot play for each of these stakes races on the card for Friday. Looks to be fabulous racing both days, so hopefully we get some clean weather, fast racing, and cashing in on all of our bets. So let's dive in. Race 6, we have 5 furlongs on the turf. This is the Juvenile Turf Sprint. A lot of these names, Juvenile Turf Fillies, Juvenile Turf, Juvenile Sprint, regular Juvenile. I mean, there's a lot of races going on, so we'll try to keep these the best we can sorted out and sorted through. So 5 furlongs here on the turf for 2-year-old juveniles. Top pick, gotta watch out for these Euro shippers when they come in on the turf. Aidan O'Brien has a slew of them. I think there was like 15 horses that he's bringing in. So definitely his contingent looks to be running and ready to run like they always have. Whistlejack number 7, 5-1 currently, getting Ryan Moore aboard. Looks pretty good. As far as theirs, based off of time form ratings or speed ratings, ours kind of going back to DRF speed forms or the Equibase speed forms, Bayer speed forms, so a little bit different. But as you can see, 92, 99, 96 in his last 3 starts. All 3 of those where he's been on the board. 1 first, 2 seconds, and all 3 have been grade 1 races over in Great Britain, France, and Ireland. So definitely one that comes in out of some pretty good form races, hitting on some big races for the connections. And as you can see, in every race, this horse has been bet to favorite. So I think there's some value here if the horse is 5-1. Outside of some of his other counterparts that have came in, probably a pretty decent price that we could see on this horse. So that's what we're using as our top pick. Again, pretty good value, 5-1. The horse has been bet pretty heavily in every one of his races. So kind of a value play in here. Second, we're going with number 8, Akoro Siege. This is I believe, Japan owned horse in here. Gets Christophe Lemire aboard on this one. 2 wins so far. However, just a stakes race and a maiden, but did break a 23-year-old track record, I believe, over in Japan in his second start. So that was pretty impressive. And obviously one that's getting the favoritism in here at 7-2. Should be able to get the easy lead in here. I think that's probably going to be his biggest opponent right now, is all these other horses that could be going for the lead. It's a big sprint. Everybody wants to get the lead. Everybody wants to be in shape early. I think if the horse has that early gate speed, this horse could run away from the field for sure. And another pretty good value again at 8-1. And our third pick, we're going back to the inside, number 2, Asterius. Winner of his last 2, however, was beaten out by Big Mojo and Shareholder a little time previous. But the 99, 94 speed figures in those last 2 races look really good. However, the horse does come out of grade 2 and grade 3, so nothing like our top pick in here. But does have some value as far as finding the winner's circle. Has the connections with Archie Watson. Has a work over the track so far. And that big 99 speed figure is something to take note of. Looking to kind of hopefully back it up. Hopefully we don't see any regression, but hopefully we kind of back up off of that 99 speed figure. And the long shot in here, going with, yes, the state bred horse, or the horse, the in-home horse, and Governor Sam, number 10, 12-1, Paco Lopez, George Weaver. Last 4 races have won all 4 of those. Broke its maiden at the $100,000 level, and then comes back, fires 3 big races right out of the gate. However, the speeds haven't been comparable to some of the other shippers that have came in. His have been in the high 70s, but has been consistent. Again, another horse that needs that early lead, and I think a horse from the outside that could have enough get up to get out early to that early lead and maybe be a good price as an underneath, hopefully. Next, we're going to race 7, our first stretch out on the stakes later card. This is the Juvenile Fillies going a mile and a 16th on the dirt. Another really good race in here. For the Fillies, we have one scratch so far. Top pick, we're going with American Bikini. Yes, the Japan horse in here. Another one with some value that has been bet heavily in his other 3 races basically. We'll get Ryan Moore in here for the home Japan horse that ships in from Japan. So these are always sneaky horses as 2-year-olds, just because we don't really know a whole lot about them when they come in. But this horse is getting 5-1. It's getting Ryan Moore aboard, which is kind of unusual to see. So obviously he knows this horse is pretty good, so we're going to take it as our top pick in here. Does come off of a stakes race, and then it's breaking its maiden on the Japan course as well. Looks to be really good out of American Pharaoh, Pioneer of the Nile on top, with a Bernardini on the dam side as well. So definitely a horse that has trained or has the pedigree for this type of race, or to develop into a really nice 3-year-old moving forward. Second, Immersive. This is Brad Cox with Manny Franco. This is a Nyquist filly out of Uncle Mo. Again, another one with Bernardini on the dam side. So kind of similar to the Japan horse on the dam side, at least with Bernardini. Comes out of a grade 1 Alcibiade, and then the grade 1 Spinaway. 80-83 speed figures in there, winning both of those. The horse is 3 for 3 lifetime, has done nothing wrong. I just think there's some value on that other horse currently, unlike Immersive being sitting at 3-1. Quick Kick is our third pick in here. Dylan Davis did run second to Immersive, beat out Snow White 2 times back, breaking its maiden. But in the Alcibiade, I thought what Tom Amos was trying to do was, trying to get his horse back to the right track, or had a lot of belief in the horse that it could run in a grade 1 after breaking its maiden at the $100,000 level, and it did fairly well. The horse was bumped early, and was able to kind of re-rally and get back up for second against a really good Immersive. I think the horse should run similar to that as well. The workouts look really good to back up another big run, and I think we'll see a little bit higher speed figure coming out of Quick Kick, and at a pretty good price. We have 10-1 right now, so kind of going to use this one as an underneath horse, underneath play for sure. And our long shot number 6, Otomina Shachu. Yes, obviously Japanese horse, breaking its maiden, been running in maidens, just ships over. I believe the horse kind of shipped over with American Bikini. So they may have been racing in some races together. As you can see, American Bikini beat this horse 2 times back. Again, in just a lower level maiden. So maybe the horse, comfortable with American Bikini, going to run with it as much as it can. So be interesting to see 20-1 in these type of young horse races. It's always unexpected what could happen. So we'll see if it's going to try to run up with American Bikini. The horse was bet pretty heavily in both of those 2 starts. So obviously the wagering public likes something about this horse. So we'll see if it can stand on its own over here in the States and maybe bring in a good price as a trifecta, or maybe even an exacta with Japan running 1 and 2 in this type of race. Next, we are going 1 mile on the turf. The Juvenile Fillies Turf. So this is for fillies. Possibly the lock of the weekend everybody's talking about. Maybe American Bikini may be your lock. Lake Victoria looks to be a really good lock on the Friday card. If you're singling, or if you're a single type, better key exactas or key boxes for trifectas. This one looks like the one that you could put on top and be sitting pretty comfortably with. As you can see, 4 for 4 lifetime. Just astonishing for Aidan O'Brien what this horse has been able to do. He's kind of pegging this horse up there with his City of Troy for the Classic, but definitely has some speed to back it up. 108.96, comes out of 2 grade 1s, just winning fairly easily. Ran on in her last race, and then just kind of led inside the final 110 yards in the time before. So the horse has all tacticalness. coming in here. The rail is like the question, I guess you could say, for this horse, but I think he should be able to get out early with nothing much to her outside. Second pick, we will go further outside in Frankie Dettori, Mayday Ready, number 12, 20 to 1 on our second pick in here. 3 for 3 lifetime, and the horse is 20 to 1. I know the speed figures are a little off compared to some of the other horses, and it does come out of a grade 2 Jessamine at Keeneland, but the horse didn't really do much. It was bothered early. If you look in the sheets, too wide up, and then came in between, and then was able to rally and pass foes on the inside or outside. Out of Tappet, on the dam side, you have More Than Ready, so looks really good. Has some late speed. Frankie Dettori kind of can figure things out in these types of races with a lot of horses. He's able to maneuver traffic really well and get horses in the spots that they need to get. Now, he's been on this horse 3 times, so that's another plus, that he's very familiar with the way the horse runs and how to set this horse up to make a big run. So we'll see at a pretty big price for our second pick in here, going with Frank the Tank. Next, we have number 7, Thought Process, as our third pick. Another one that comes in off of 3 really good starts. Speed figures improving on all 3 of those. For Phil D'Amato, Hector Barrios will get them out yet again. On this one, workouts look good coming in. Again, 3 straight wins. Speed figures are improving. Probably the biggest challenger right now for against Lake Victoria for sure. Just coming off of those speed figures, and has some early speed to try to challenge for that lead. If we get a pace race up front, then it's going to obviously fold into the closer's hands, and that's where we're throwing in Mayday Ready as a possibility. And our long shot pick, 15 to 1, Vixen, John Velasquez for Mark Cassie, comes out of the Natalma, and they're beating out Nitrogen by a little bit. Second with Johnny V in there for the mount. He will get the mount yet again, so we'll see if he's able to run this horse the way he wants. Has a mid-pace type horse. Usually sets up really nice for Johnny, because again, he's another one like Frankie that can maneuver some of this traffic on the turf, knows where to put the horses where they need to be, and he's usually pretty successful on these types of race days. Race 9, we have the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. So if you've seen our other video of our top 3 contenders, you kind of know where we're angled at in here. East Avenue looks to be the top pick, and a really good horse coming in. 2 for 2 lifetime, winner of the Breeders' Futurity, 95 speed figure. The speed workouts look really great. Tyler Gaffleone gets the nod again from Brendan Walsh to ride this one. And again, rightfully so, 5 to 2 looks to be the play in here for this juvenile race. Now, next you have Gaming, number 7, 8 to 1. This will get Irad Ortiz aboard. Here's the big changeup. Coming out with the Del Mar Futurity, winner, 82 speed figure, a little off of some of the other contingents in here. A little slow for Bob Baffert, but it's one that's improving, is what we're taking a look at in here. Flavion Pratt will jump off of this and ride Chancellor McPatrick. Irad Ortiz gets the board. We don't usually see Irad get the mounts for Bob Baffert just because East Coast, West Coast, they just don't ever overlap, unlike big days like this. So that's a big check right there. Irad's going to ride the horse hard. I think he will fit really nicely on this horse, and I think the horse at 8 to 1 has incredible value. Lighter raced, speed figures improving, and again, gets that jockey change up that should definitely be able to help this horse. Third, Chancellor McPatrick. Obviously, Pratt getting back on this horse, likes the horse, comes out of 2 grade 1 stakes wins. 92-88 speed figures look phenomenal, and look tough to beat, and likely tough to beat or compete with East Avenue on top as well. And the long shot play, the other Baffert getaway car, 20 to 1, was beat out by Citizens Bull last time, was beat out by Gaming the time before. 86 speed figure in the American Pharaoh, getting beat out by Citizens Bull. I think the horses will take another step back, because this will be the second try going longer for getaway cars. He's been running sprints, so I think we'll see him kind of have another good race going longer, or going over a mile. So this one should be a pretty decent price, 20 to 1. You can never rule out these long shot Bafferts when he has 3 or 4 horses because it seems like it's always the other Baffert or the longer shot Baffert that always plays spoils and hits for a pretty good price. So we're going to use Getaway Car, kind of like Juan Hernandez staying aboard this one, and we'll see if it can kind of beat out some of its other counterparts in here. And the finale, race 10, we have it on the turf. What a finale it's going to be. The Breeders' Cup Juvenile, 2-year-olds, Colts on the turf, and a pretty good one for that as well. We're taking number 5, Zulu Kingdom, 8-1. Right now, yes, this is the home state horse, so to speak. I believe it was bred in Ireland, however, but has been racing here, so it's comfortable shipping around and stuff like that, so that's great. Broke its state race at Saratoga in the Anticipation Grade 3. Follows that up in the Pilgrim at Belmont at Aqueduct. And a Grade 2, both wins there. However, Flavion Pratt will get the mount back on this one instead of Joel. So I just think the horse just has some value after being favorited in its first 2 starts in the state. Has some value at 8-1 currently. Must have passed our top or second pick in here in Al Quadra. This one is Charlie Appleby. James Doyle gets the mount in here instead of William Buick, who's been on the horse 2 times, opting to ride elsewhere. Comes out of the Grade 2 summer, finishing second behind New Century. Those 2 horses, Al Quadra and New Century, have kind of battled it out all summer coming into this race. So I think Al Quadra, in my opinion, will have the leg up in here. Was bet as the favorite in that race. New Century kind of upset it. So we'll see if they kind of go at each other yet again. Al Quadra going to come off the pace. So I think we'll have some pace to run into for sure. And I think we'll make a pretty good run. 4-1 though. Would like to see the horse have a little bit more value. But we'll take what we can get. And third, obviously, going with New Century, Andrew Balding, Oysa Murphy. He's been on that horse each of his starts, 5 and 3 so far. Again, like I said, 2 wins, the last 2. The summer Grade 1 stakes at Woodbine, beating out Al Quadra and Dream On, and then backs it up again in the Stonehenge. But Al Quadra has had its fair share of beats against this horse, so they're kind of like even right now. So this could be the one that settles it all between these 2. Speed figures are all comparable. 90s and 80s, they look really good both on track. I think it's kind of a coin flip of who you could put ahead of one another. It's just kind of who's gonna adjust well to the Delmar sounds, the flashing lights, all of that stuff, the shipping. And again, both of them have been here, so they're comfortable. They've been here, I think, since September when they raced at Woodbine. So they should be fairly comfortable to shipping in and stuff like that. So it's just who's going to run the bigger race on race day. And our long shot, we're going Seagulls 11. Hugo Palmer, Luis Saez, just kind of love the name, love the trainer's name in here. Kind of just a board hitter. 5 races, 1, 2, and 1. Grade 1 finished 4th. Another Grade 1 St. Vincent finished 3rd. A Grade 2 finishing 2nd. The speed figures have been up, down, up, down. But as you can see, 94, 97, 89 last time out, kind of a little bit of a regression. Hopefully we get pointed back in the right direction on this one. I kind of like the Luis Saez changeup in here. Looks to be a horse that likes the lead or that can vie for the lead out early. And I think putting Luis Saez aboard would give this horse a huge chance as far as, you know, if you want the lead, Luis Saez is your gate rider, the guy that's going to get you out, get your horse out early and set up for something pretty crazy of gate to wire. So that's kind of the expectations in here for Seagulls 11 to get out early with that changeup of Luis Saez aboard because he is such a hard gate rider. And at 15-1, this horse has some value if that's what the connections decide to do. Alrighty, there's our picks for Future Stars Friday on the Breeders' Cup Friday card. We hope you enjoyed watching. Leave us a comment down below of your best bet for Friday. Be ready for our Saturday card videos. We're going to shake it up a little bit and kind of split some of them up because there are so many. We want to spread them out as best we can to kind of help you guys handicap and give you our best bets and selections for the Saturday card. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit hit the like button, turn on your notifications. Breeders' Cup weekend, money is out there to be made. Let's go cash and make some money. Good luck, guys.